We will define first an oblique triangle. An oblique triangle is a triangle which does not contain any right angle. This one is an example of oblique triangle. Since one of the angle is a right angle, this is not an oblique triangle. An oblique triangle can classify into two. Letter A, acute triangle, and letter B, obtuse triangle. When we say acute triangle, all angles are acute, and the measure of each angle is less than 90 degrees but greater than 0 degrees. For example, take a look with this triangle. The measure of each angles are 30 degrees, 75 degrees, 75 degrees, so this triangle is an acute triangle. Another triangle that has a measure of 60 degrees, 60 degrees, and 60 degrees, this one is an acute triangle. And this triangle has the measure of angles which are 80 degrees, 60 degrees, 40 degrees, and this one is an acute triangle. Once we say obtuse triangle, one angle is obtuse angle and has the measure of greater than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. And remember that the two remaining angles of the obtuse triangle are acute. For example, for this triangle, each angle has the measure of 55 degrees, 98 degrees, and 27 degrees. One of the angle here is 98 degrees, and that is an obtuse angle. So this triangle is an obtuse triangle. Another example, each angle has the measures of 25 degrees, 125 degrees, and 30 degrees. And there is 125 degrees, so this triangle is an obtuse triangle. So don't forget that an oblique triangle can classify into two, which are acute triangle and obtuse triangle. Find the missing angles or angle and identify whether the triangle is acute, obtuse, or neither. For example, this triangle has the measure of angle A, which is 35 degrees, and measure of angle B is 40 degrees. The sum of angle A, angle B, and angle C is equal to 180 degrees. The measure of angle A is 35, plus the measure of angle B is 40, plus the measure of angle C is the missing angle, is equal to 180 degrees. The sum of 35 and 40 is equal to 75, plus the measure of angle C is equal to 180. Add both sides by negative 75, so the result here is that the measure of angle C is equal to 105. So this triangle is an obtuse triangle. For number 2, angle A is 45 degrees and angle B is 45 degrees, and the measure of angle C is missing is equal to 180 degrees. So 45 degrees plus 45 degrees plus the measure of angle C is equal to 180 degrees. The sum of 45 degrees and 45 degrees is 90 degrees plus the measure of angle C is equal to 180 degrees. Add both sides by negative 90, and the measure of angle C now is equal to 90 degrees. So this is not acute nor obtuse triangle, because this one is a right triangle. For the third example, when all sides of a triangle are equal, the triangle is called equilateral triangle. When it is equilateral triangle, it is also an equiangular triangle. An equiangular triangle are all angles that are equal. Meaning to say, if angle A is 60, angle B is also 60, and angle C is also 60 degrees. So this one is an acute triangle. Triangle ABC is an oblique triangle. Find the length of side CB and side AB. To determine the parts of an oblique triangle, Pythagorean theorem and 6 trigonometric ratios are not applicable. Because Pythagorean theorem and 6 trigonometric ratios are only applicable when the triangle is a right triangle. but the given problem is an oblique triangle. So, for us to determine the parts of an oblique triangle, we will be using the law of sines and the law of cosines.